Hey everybody. Now, if you scan down throughout my videos throughout the past 2 years, you might notice that one of my videos I did, I think last year, I talked about around last year, I think it was in April of last year or something like that, April or March, I can't remember. I did a video on comparing the differences of the batteries that you use for your cameras and all that. Well, here's the thing. I want to compare, well, I want to sort of do an update, and I want to compare two batteries by the same people, but completely different. The regular Energizer batteries and the Ultimate Lithiums. Now, the regular Energizer batteries, if you financially have to buy these and put them in your camera, like the one I'm using, then of course, all you're going to be lucky to do, all you're going to mainly use these batteries for when it comes to your digital camera is pictures. Now, I'm not saying you can't do video with them, because you can. But here's the thing. You can only do maybe 2 to 3 videos with them. That's it. And by the time you do maybe the third video, you get the battery cell. Or maybe by the time you do the second video, you do the battery cell. Or you get the battery cell. And sometimes you might even get the battery sign on the first video, depending on the length of the video. But if the batteries are fairly fresh, in fact, if they've never been used, then you'll probably get about 2, maybe 3 videos out of them. I was fortunate enough to get about 3 videos out of this, but here's the secret to it. After I used my camera on the pictures and the first 2 videos and all that, what I did is I set these aside. I set my camera aside and I let it relax for a while. I let it rest and it cooled down. And I was able to get another video or 2 out of it. So, again, these are the kind of batteries that you can use mostly for pictures when it comes to your digital camera, and maybe get about 2, maybe 3, and if you're very, very lucky, get 4 videos out of, but mostly 2 or 3. But these, of course, however, when you use these, it all depends on how many videos you use. Because if you do mostly videos with your digital camera, these are going to get ate up just like that. I'm not kidding. Within a week's time, maybe less, they'll get ate up. But they do last a long, long time if you use them appropriately. And that's the Ultimate Lithium ones. Now, here's the thing about these. Once you use regular Energizer batteries or Duracell batteries in your digital camera and they die, you'll be very lucky if they do work in other things, like say a Wii remote or a remote control or something like that. You'll be very, very lucky if they do. But once these get done with once your digital camera is done with these, they'll still have enough energy to work in your Wii remote for a long time, or for a while. Well, not your Wii, but in your remote control for your cable, as well as in your Wii remote. But you got it all depends on how much you play with your Wii remote. If you use your Wii remote a lot, like for games like Punch-Out or the Beatles, then they might die out quickly. But they'll last a lot. They'll last for quite some time in a regular remote control, and for just about as long in a Wii remote, but it all depends on how much you use the Wii remote. As well as even in your Xbox and PlayStation controllers and such. But again, just a comparison. These will work. When you use these are only good for mostly pictures and maybe a video, 2 or 3. These, for as good as many videos as you want, but you got to even it out with your pictures. But better for video doing and pictures, even it out. These, mostly pictures, maybe 1 or 2, 3 videos. And again, if you try using these, if you use these mostly right off the bat in your digital camera and they're done, then they might work in a remote control, your Wii remote, but probably just for a very, very short time. Once these get done in your digital camera, these will last a lot longer in a remote control, or for a lot longer, more I should say, in a remote control, and depending on how much you use your game controllers as well. So again, but my advice when comparing these two, if you want to use batteries, if you want to make sure your Well, basically, if you want to use batteries that are going to last a long time in your digital camera, videos, and pictures, and then if you have to take them out after your digital camera is done with them, and put them on other controllers like remotes and game controllers, go with these. But if you're mainly going to use your digital camera for pictures and maybe a few videos, go with these. But after these are done, advice, throw them away. And that's all I'm going to say. Give me your comments if you want, and I'll talk to you later.